Imagine waking up to find the world under siege by an unknown alien life form. That's the premise of our today's story. It follows two friends, Ban and Sean, who are en route to Russia, eager to pitch their innovative app to potential investors. Though American, they were persuaded by their third business partner, Skylar, that Russia held the best opportunities. Skylar had arrived days earlier to make preparations, and Ban and Sean had put their entire effort and resources into developing this unique social media app, hoping it would secure their future. On their journey, they noticed two American tourists already using the app, probably on vacation in Russia. The site fills them with optimism. However, when they reach the boardroom, their hopes are shattered. Skylar has already begun the presentation. To their shock, he has stolen their app's design, registered it under his own name, and secured the investors' backing. Left speechless, Ban and Sean are forced out by security, struggling to comprehend the betrayal. Disheartened, they find their way to a nearby bar to process the events, spotting Skylar celebrating his newfound success across the room. Soon after, Ban and Sean notice the two American women, Natalie and Anna, who compliment them on their app, unaware of the drama that just unfolded. As they chat, the entire area is suddenly plunged into darkness. Not only do the lights flicker out, but all electronic devices, including their phones, go dead. Everyone heads outside in a panic, searching for answers. Gazing up, they witness a strange portal tearing open the sky. Moments later, a downpour of glowing orbs begins descending upon Earth, a foreboding sign of an alien invasion that has only just begun. At first, no one understands what's happening as the glowing orbs scatter across the landscape, each one landing randomly, including right outside the bar. People back away in fear, unable to make out what exactly these objects are, only noticing a faint vibration emanating from them. Bravely, a lone police officer steps forward, tentatively reaching out with his baton to investigate. But the moment he touches the light, his body disintegrates instantly, every particle erased. Terrified, the crowd scrambles back from the glowing sphere. Another officer fires his weapon at it, only to watch as the bullet itself vanishes on impact. Suddenly, more of these alien entities appear, mercilessly eliminating anyone in their path. Ban, Sean, and the other patrons race back inside the bar, slamming the doors shut behind them. Yet a powerful shockwave shatters the bar's windows, and now the alien forms begin honing in on the humans hiding inside. Panicked, people make a desperate dash for safety, but these invisible predators continue to hunt them down one by one with terrifying ease. Inside the bar, one man fires his gun at the advancing creatures, temporarily pushing them back, giving everyone a moment to bolt toward a storage room at the rear of the bar. Amid the chaos, Skylar manages to slip inside, saving himself but leaving his girlfriend to face the horror alone. Meanwhile, Ban and Sean help others find cover, huddling with Natalie, Anna, and the injured bartender in a small storeroom. As they barricade themselves in, the sounds of people outside meeting gruesome fates fill the silence. After a while, they hear someone weakly calling for help outside the door. Natalie cautiously opens it and finds Skylar, the very person who had betrayed Ban and Sean only hours before. Despite everything, they allow him in, closing and locking the door behind them. Now they can do little but wait, hoping against hope that things outside might eventually calm down. Fortunately, the storeroom is stocked with water and supplies, enough to last them a while. However, as the hours tick by, the bartender succumbs to his injuries. They quietly move his body to a corner, covering it from view, settling into an uneasy silence as they brace for whatever might come next. The five survivors begin making a life for themselves in the storeroom, passing each day debating their next move. After hiding out for 5 days, their food supply runs dry, forcing them to confront the reality that they must venture out. They haven't heard any signs of movement outside for the last 2 days, so they decide to take the risk. They know the aliens were killing indiscriminately, but they still don't understand why or how to stop them. Since all 5 of them are American, they agree their best chance is to reach the American embassy, hoping that if they can make it back to their home country, they might find safety, assuming the aliens haven't reached there too. Nervously, they step out of the storeroom and find the bar completely deserted. Moving quickly, they gather any remaining supplies they can find. Among their findings is a Russian city map, which will help guide them on their journey. With a mixture of fear and hope, they set out, sticking to the empty streets and moving silently. As they cautiously navigate through the vacant city, they spot a woman peeking from behind her house wall. Desperate for directions to the embassy, they try to ask her for help, but not knowing Russian, they can only hope she understands. The woman, visibly frightened, motions them to keep moving. Resuming their journey, they come upon a collapsed bridge, the only direct route to the embassy, forcing them to turn back and search for an alternative path. While retracing their steps, they come across an abandoned police car parked in the middle of the road. Skylar and Ban suggest that Natalie and Anna hide while they search the car for any maps or useful supplies. But just then, a dog starts barking in the distance, and in an instant, it disintegrates, the unmistakable sign that an alien is nearby. With no time to lose, Ban and Skylar tell the others to hide in a nearby mall while they take cover under the police car, hoping to avoid detection. The alien approaches, and as it nears the vehicle, the police car's lights flicker on by themselves. The alien scans the area but somehow overlooks the two men hiding beneath the car and moves on. Taking advantage of the brief window, Ban and Skylar dash toward the mall, where they reunite with the rest of their group. As they move through the building, they come across a shocking sight, a crashed airplane torn apart amidst the wreckage of the mall. The sight of the ruined aircraft makes it devastatingly clear. No one is safe from these aliens, not even in the sky. Skylar, now visibly shaken, insists they should stay hidden in the mall until rescue arrives, fearing the aliens have already spread everywhere. But Ban and Sean disagree, convinced that their only hope of survival is to keep moving. They share a critical observation with the others. When the alien approached the police car, its lights turned on automatically, despite the blackout during the initial attack. This suggests the aliens might use some form of light manipulating field. With this in mind, they each fasten a small light bulb around their necks, reasoning that if an alien comes near, the bulb will react, giving them a way to detect the invisible threat. Realizing they're still wearing the same clothes from 5 days ago, which now reek, they head to a clothing store in the mall. Changing into comfortable attire, they're better prepared to move quickly if necessary. As they finish up, they notice bulbs around the mall flickering in the distance, a clear sign that another alien has entered. Sean freezes near a mirror, and to his surprise, the alien passes without detecting him. When he spots Natalie mid-change, he quickly pulls her aside, whispering for her to stand still. Once again, the alien fails to notice them when they stay close to the mirror, moving away as if they're invisible. Sean hurries back to the group with an important discovery. Mirrors seem to block the alien's ability to detect them, possibly because the creature's electronic waves don't penetrate reflective surfaces. This trick, he believes, might save them in future encounters. Hoping the invasion is limited to Russia, they decide to make a run for the American embassy in the cover of darkness. But when they arrive, a disheartening sight awaits. The embassy is in ruins, bullet casings scattered everywhere, a grim testament to the guards' likely final stand against the aliens. It's clear they fought hard, but none survived. Frustrated and hopeless, Skylar picks up a gun and begins firing wildly, venting his anger now that their chance of escaping seems lost. The others, however, try to calm him down, suggesting that there might still be survivors somewhere in the building. Leaving Skylar to keep watch, the rest of the group fans out to search for any sign of life. They head to the communications room, hoping to uncover some clues. As they sift through the reports left behind during the attack, a grim realization sets in. This alien invasion wasn't limited to Russia. It struck the entire planet simultaneously. According to the reports, electronics across Earth were shut down, leaving people defenseless as the aliens began their brutal assault. Military forces worldwide attempted to counter the aliens using various methods, but nothing proved effective. Now, armies from different nations are reportedly hiding underground, waiting for any discovery of the aliens' weaknesses so they can launch another attack. Among the documents, they find a final message instructing all survivors to hide in underground tunnels until a vulnerability can be exploited. They also come across a large map with several circles marking bunker locations, sites where military personnel and remaining civilians have taken refuge. The notes indicate that these bunkers are few in number and that most of the population has already been lost. In the room, they also discover a radio, but the message recorded on it is in Russian, leaving them unable to understand the content. Natalie quickly urges them to turn off the radio, worried that the sound could attract the aliens. They open a small window to get a view outside, only to see that the entire city is under alien control, with the creatures patrolling the empty streets, hunting for any remaining humans. To their horror, they also notice that the aliens have begun digging into the Earth's surface, though the purpose remains unclear. As the group tries to make sense of this new development, they spot Skylar down on the street, gun in hand. Sean and Ban decide they need to retrieve him, instructing Natalie and Anna to stay hidden. Grabbing the map and radio, they head out, knowing Skylar understands Russian and might decipher the radio's message. From the window above, Natalie watches as they approach Skylar, just as an alien appears nearby. She runs to the window, shouting to warn them, but it's too late. The street suddenly lights up as the vehicles nearby flicker to life. Skylar, realizing the alien is close, tells Sean and Ban to retreat and opens fire. But, as expected, his bullets are useless, and he is is swiftly killed by the alien. Left without anyone who understands Russian, the group knows they need to decipher the radio's message. In a nearby building, they spot lights on in an apartment, a possible sign of another survivor. Silently, they navigate the streets, avoiding other aliens, finally reaching the building as dawn begins to break, a time when more aliens are likely to emerge. Inside, they find a young Russian woman named Vika, who holds a gun, pointing it defensively at them. The group quickly explains that they mean no harm and are only trying to survive. Vika hesitantly invites them into her apartment, where she has managed to power her lights with a generator. She reveals that she too is a survivor who sought refuge here. The group notices that the entire apartment is reinforced with metal, and even her pet cat is protected by a small metal covering. Just then, the apartment's owner, Sergey, arrives and shares his discovery from the early days of the attack. He realized that the aliens scanned for electromagnetic waves, so he covered his entire apartment with metal to block their detection. He even left the lights on intentionally to attract any remaining survivors who needed shelter. Sergey explains that he's been researching the aliens' weaknesses for days. The group then mentions the message they found on the embassy's radio. Vika translates, revealing that it's a rescue announcement. The government has arranged for one of the last submarines to be docked along the Moscow River, offering survivors a final chance to escape. The message states that the submarine will depart the following morning. Sergey adds that the submarine, being fully metal-clad, is likely safe from the alien scans, making it their best bet for protection. They agree to make their way to the submarine together, but first, they'll need to gather food and supplies. Vika, along with Anna and Natalie, heads to other apartments in the building to scavenge for essentials. However, they don't notice that, in their hurry, Anna accidentally leaves the door ajar. Back in the apartment, Sergey shows Sean and Ban his latest invention, a microwave gun. He's confident that it can disrupt the aliens' electromagnetic shields, possibly even injuring them. Meanwhile, outside, the three women notice an alien approaching, drawn to them as it zeroes in on their location, closing in fast. The three women sprint for safety, quickly realizing they won't reach the top floors in time to escape. Vika directs them, saying she knows a better hiding spot. But in the chaos, Anna and Natalie turn back, running straight to Sergey's apartment instead. In their rush, Anna forgets to close the door, leaving it wide open. Moments later, the alien enters the apartment, forcing the two to hide behind a large mirror, hoping to evade its detection. Inside, Sergey sees his chance to test his newly invented microwave gun. He takes aim at the alien and fires, momentarily freezing the creature in place. For the first time, they catch a glimpse of the alien's true form, revealed through its rotating shield. However, the victory is short-lived. The gun only holds enough power for a single shot. Within seconds, the alien shakes off the effects, regaining movement. Sergey is left defenseless, and the alien swiftly kills him. Seizing the moment, Sean and Ban make a run for it, while Natalie pours oil across the floor, setting it ablaze to create a barrier of flames. With the fire obstructing the alien's view, she quickly joins the others outside. Inside, however, Anna freezes in fear, unable to decide her next move. As she hesitates, the alien spots her, and she meets a tragic end. Heartbroken, Natalie watches as her friend is killed before her eyes, tears streaming down her face. Sean urges her to keep moving, reminding her that they have to survive. The three survivors make their way down the emergency stairs, where they reunite with Vika. By now, flames engulf Sergey's apartment, spreading rapidly through the building. Together, they dash through the streets, heading toward the Moscow River and the awaiting submarine. After a few blocks, they encounter a group of Russian soldiers, clad entirely in metal armor, using it as a makeshift shield against the alien's detection. The soldiers, forming a defensive line, prepare to confront an approaching alien. They quickly advise the trio to hide as the alien closes in. With strategic precision, the soldiers launch a barrage of bullets, forcing the alien to stagger backward, momentarily pushed off course. Relief washes over the group as they realize these soldiers have found a way to hold off the aliens, offering a glimmer of hope. But their hope is tempered by the soldiers' grim revelation. While they can slow down and deter the aliens, they have yet to discover any way to truly kill them. After the skirmish with the alien, Sean notices a fragment of the creature's shield lying on the ground. He picks it up, hoping it might provide valuable insight into the alien technology. The soldiers, seeing the survivors' determination, decide to take them to their hideout to regroup. Here, the two groups exchange all the information they've gathered about the aliens. The soldiers express doubts about the submarine's presence at the river, warning that it's a long, treacherous journey with aliens patrolling the route. Despite the risks, Sean and the others are resolute in their desire to return home, to their families, and to safety. Initially reluctant, the the soldiers finally agree to help them reach the submarine, persuaded by Natalie's heartfelt plea. Together, the group decides to travel through the scifi tunnels to avoid detection. The darkness inside is disorienting, so they carry small bulbs to check for alien presence, as any nearby aliens would cause the bulbs to flicker. As they press on, one bulb lights up, signaling an alien close by. They break into a run, leaping down onto the train tracks below. Everyone makes it across except Vika, who stumbles just short of the tracks. Ban risks his life to pull her to safety, but the alien quickly closes in, capturing him. Despite Sean's desperate attempt to save his childhood friend, Ban is killed. The loss devastates Sean, but Natalie, fighting her own grief, manages to rally him to keep moving. Finally, they reach the river and board a small boat, setting out into the water in search of the submarine. Only 3 of them remain now, and as they drift along, memories of their fallen friends weigh heavily on them. Sean mourns Bon, his lifelong friend, while Natalie grieves for Anna, lost to the aliens back in the apartment. Their somber reflections are interrupted when the boat hits a rock, halting their progress. As they step out to investigate, they're met with a chilling sight. Towering aliens have spread across the city, deploying massive wings to extract Earth's natural resources on a terrifying scale. The soldiers, watching the massive aliens extract resources from the Earth, reveal the grim truth. These aliens invaded because they consume power directly from electricity and are drawn to the Earth's abundant minerals. Now they are systematically stripping the planet of its natural resources, leaving humanity with nothing. Just then, the group spots the submarine arriving to rescue survivors, but disaster strikes. A nearby building collapses, sending debris crashing into the water. Sean, Vika, and the remaining soldiers are thrown overboard, but manage to swim to safety, finally reaching the submarine. On board, the captain urges them to depart immediately, but Sean realizes with a jolt that Natalie isn't with them. Moments later, he sees a flare fired from across the water and realizes Natalie must have drifted to the opposite shore. He pleads with the captain to wait while he goes back to rescue her. The captain, convinced by Sean's determination and by the potential value of Sergey's microwave gun, agrees to delay departure briefly. The engineers aboard quickly work on upgrading the microwave gun, adapting it to deliver multiple shots. Leaving Vika on the submarine, Sean and a few soldiers set out to locate Natalie, armed with the newly upgraded microwave gun and discarding their bulbs to avoid detection. Since the aliens are mostly invisible by day, they rely on their instincts and careful observation. Soon they detect an alien's approach and take defensive positions. Sean steadies himself, aiming the microwave gun. As the alien nears, he fires, temporarily freezing it in place, and the soldiers seize the moment to unleash a hail of bullets, finally killing it. For the first time, they've succeeded in killing one of the aliens, and a wave of hope and exhilaration sweeps over them. Their victorious shouts echo across the water, reaching Natalie, who realizes they've found a way to fight back. She calls out to Sean, who finally spots her across the distance, but as their eyes meet, more lights begin to flicker ominously in the surrounding area, signaling the approach of even more aliens. With more than one alien approaching, the group quickly devises a plan. Sean heads out to rescue Natalie using a bus, while the soldiers enhance the microwave gun's power by releasing water from a nearby tank, knowing the conductive properties will amplify its effect. However, the aliens, showing a surprising level of intelligence, hesitate, staying away from the water. Suddenly, Vika emerges from the submarine to assist, wielding a makeshift torch. She throws fire toward the aliens, forcing them onto the water's surface. Seizing this moment, the soldiers fire the microwave gun again, freezing not one but 3 aliens in place. In swift succession, they eliminate all 3, marking another successful strike against the creatures. Meanwhile, Sean finds Natalie on the bus, but their reunion is interrupted as the bus jerks forward, revealing that an alien has slipped on board. The movement makes it difficult for Sean to aim, and before he can react, the alien grabs Natalie, trying to pull her away. In a critical moment, Sean fires, managing to freeze the alien, though he's left without a weapon to finish it off. Remembering the fragment he collected from a previous encounter, Sean throws the piece at the creature, delivering a fatal blow and saving Natalie once more. With Natalie now in control of the bus, she brings it to a stop, and the 2 hurry back to the safety of the submarine. Once they're aboard, the soldiers announce their decision to stay behind. Having uncovered the aliens' vulnerability, they plan to share this information with other survivors and military forces across the region, aiming to reclaim Earth. They urge those on the submarine to do the same, to spread the knowledge of the aliens' weakness as widely as possible, increasing humanity's chances of survival and resistance. With a final exchange of farewells, the submarine departs on its mission, charting a course that will take it around the world to relay this vital discovery to every remaining stronghold. The map in the control room marks potential contact points, each destination a glimmer of hope, in the shadow of invasion. As they sail onward, Sean, Natalie, and Vika reflect on the friends they lost, but find strength in knowing they carry the key to defeating the aliens. The story closes on this hopeful note as the submarine, carrying the knowledge that could save Earth, plunges into the unknown, a beacon of humanity's resilience. If you enjoyed this sci-fi thriller, don't forget to subscribe for more exciting tales. Thank you for watching.